Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have any questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached.
Around?
That is one of the ways. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those of you that need instant gratification in this millennial-based world. And, of course, the show's Twitter feed is at Skimpod. That's SKIMPOD. For the more patient amongst you, which is none of us, let's be honest, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again, being spelled with a K. We're also available via Apple Podcast, something I've never heard of, Stitcher Radio. Are any of you still using that shit? TuneIn Radio, whatever the fuck that is, I couldn't tell you. Google Play, I've heard of that. I don't use it, but if you do, thank you. Spotify, now that one I use, so find us on there. I know we're on there. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Now I ask that you please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show, because honestly, I don't do that shit. And I need someone to pick up my slack. Now, I hear that there is a group of people here that collectively discuss music, and they provide for you, yes you, a pod called Cast. It's a musical discussion show built on a hip-hop foundation, which seems to be what makes the musical world turn these days, and I hear it's pretty swell. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and your host, Internet's Tasty Tayrell713.
It's been a long time, and this room is nigh empty, so I guess I shouldn't have left you. We're back at 200 Public Square for the first time.
Did you come back with a dope beat for them to step to?
I mean, at all times, especially depending on whose beat opens this, whose intro opens this episode.
Step two, step two.
At all times, everybody sees the vote is always, I love boxes opening. I'm like, fine. You just love his opening. Fine.
Given a little time, I have a way with words.
You got to pronounce to it, bro. You got a style. Anybody in there we knew working?
Yeah, the cashier lady was still there.
Well, she wasn't there.
I'm sorry, the cashier person was still there.
I truly don't know, and I guess I try to be. That's the only reason I try to be careful.
That's
about
why I
that
corrected
person.
myself.
But I just said she, but I realized that's not appropriate. They weren't there last time we were here, and I was like, they not here? Oh, everybody done left this bitch.
Yeah, that was the only person I recognized. We walked in.
But they seem to get along fine.
Yeah. She's that person seemed to be coordinating the shutdown efforts for the day.
Yeah, I think that's their task, because they would always be out here with the vacuum and shutting down shop and so forth. So it's probably just a part of the overall job that they do. It Stays Crunchy Milk is episode 318. I know it 100% sure, and that's a good feeling. I repeated 314, which I found out when I went to go edit that episode last night. So that's when I doubled up a number, ruining a great St. Lunatics bit we had in there, which I of course just left in there and apologized in the notes. Like, that bit was too good to be removed just because I fucked up the numbering. Shout out to you, Murphy Lee, wherever you are. But
And slow-mo.
yes, I'm slow-mo. But we out here on the struggle, just bullshitting. Recording on an off day because and as you can hear, it's not 100%.
I'm 29%.
And the first day, our normal record day was my first day back in the office after a few days off, so back and at it and so forth and so on, and I'm digging it. I'm coming back from my birthday weekend in Boston, Mass, where I got to see my favorite podcast, that is not this podcast here, live and in person, and it was fucking amazing. And I it's one of them life experiences. You get to like, I did that shit. I did that. But I feel so good about having done it.
But your skim team can't be bought, so you're not going to talk about them.
It's amazing though how we've gotten to the point where like, yeah, our podcast is touring. Like, that's where we are in society now.
Yeah.
Some people used to do, it's like in their basement, go up online. It's now got like world tours.
We be taking this place. We was touring before it was hot. We just don't do whole full live shows. We just be on the road recording.
Yeah, our live show was free.
You don't think I could have charged for it?
I realized that we need to take some more pictures as a group because all the pictures we have
Are out of date?
yeah, well, way out
Like-
of date. Like drastically out of date. Like, especially me. Like, my hair don't look anything like that anymore.
Yeah, you try now.
Yeah, I didn't back then. I really didn't. That's not a dig. That's reality.
Well, luckily, my child happens to be taking photography this semester. So he can take some hard copies of us. But if he learns well, he can probably take some decent shots with his phone or our phones or whatever.
Just as long as we're not all wearing white shirts and jeans and with our shoes off.
I don't know. Boy band this bitch up like what?
I almost used your son as an example in my book club today. Because we were talking about, like, teamwork. Mm-hmm. And I was about to tell him how we were team workshopping this homecoming proposal sign.
Yeah. That one is so necessary. I get it. I'm supposed to be I'm the dad. I'm supposed to know all this shit. But sometimes I need
I feel like that's more of a recent thing.
I need my mens with me to help me out with this because I
feel like it was fortunate though that I had insight into her personal likes.
Yeah. And so I as I raise my son on toward adulthood, we are very different teenagers. He and I, you know what I'm saying, how I was and how he is. And so I often come to my men's here for just their perspective and assist on it. Because they and Gabe is more outgoing. Box is outgoing in that he thought you had buddies and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I was just on the humble in high school, bro. So I had like 2 friends, only one whose house I actually went to, you know what I'm saying, with any kind of regularity. I was just quiet, man. And so all this having to interact with things and people is new, and I don't have reactions to it, or I know how to react to it. And this is gonna be like multiple episodes about child rearing. I don't mean to be that way. I'm more actually talking in this situation. I'm not talking about my kid in this situation. I'm talking about having my homies here to speak to me, to help me out when I need them, when I need to have a word. And we had talked about it before, how it turns out studies have shown, or a study has shown, that men don't have a lot of friends amongst themselves. They have lady friends. Well, they have their partner, and that's what they seem to put a lot of their shit off onto, as opposed to just having some guy friends, some actual friends, you know what I'm saying, that they can share life's events with. And I'm grateful that I got y'all, because that shit is a big deal. It matters in so many decisions I've made in life. So, I don't know, I dig it.
What I want to know is who came up with that first sign that you said about wrestling, where it was like it would be Raw if we went together.
The boys. That was their contribution.
So then, like the one I suggested, did you okay it or did they okay it?
They heard it. It was like, yeah, okay, well. Literally, I'm sending you all the messages, and there's like right to my side. I'm just like, all right, hold on. This one your uncle said. All right, this one your uncle. I'm saying I just relate it to him just like that.
Yeah, the one that Gabe first suggested, I was thinking of a similar thing.
Yeah,
and that wasn't bad. But I felt like you never go with the first one when you're group thinking, because then...
Yeah, exactly, because you miss out on a bunch of other possible opportunities.
Yeah, so that was why I asked what position she played, because I'd actually pulled up the soccer positional chart, and I was trying to workshop positional puns.
Yeah, where she a midfield person, you know what I'm saying? I think it's midfielding, right? Whatever that position
Yeah, there
is.
was a lot of different, like, fielders.
Yeah, yeah, so... And then when Xander heard kick it, whatever, he was like, I thought the same thing. It was like, all right, we all here, we get it here. So
I apologize. I didn't have much to input because I went to bed early. My butt cheek was hurting so bad yesterday, and it wasn't. It might have been being on the bike yesterday, but it was only one butt cheek, and then it was hurting before we went to the gym. So I took some ibuprofen and I laid down. Not to mention, I wasn't feeling good to begin with.
yeah, you got bronchitis and
Just like Sweet Brown.
just need some rest.
Yeah.
I was tired. I went home and, man, I had that struggle yesterday where, so last month, I had used DoorDash a couple times to order food, like when I had been busy and didn't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
And I had like signed up for the DoorDash, like the Dash Pass thing.
The $7.99 one?
It's 10.
Oh, okay.
But it was like they had it like you got the first month free, and they would charge you after that first month.
Forgive me, I'm unaware. Maybe they are
Basically,
too.
Dash Pass is like that, like DoorDash, the app, like where they bring you food, and there's so many iterations of that now. Uber Eats,
Yeah,
Postmates, all the same
deliver
shit.
me noms. I get that part.
Dash Pass is like give us $10 a month, and we'll waive your delivery fees and stuff.
Which is pretty decent because, like...
Yeah, if you use it like twice, it like pays for itself.
Oh, there you go.
So, but like they're like, oh, you can sign up for Dash Pass. The first 30 days are free. After that, it's like $10 a month.
Okay.
I was like,
that's not bad.
Yeah, I was like, well, here, I'm using it a couple times right now. I'm like, I'll get the Dash Pass, and then I'll cancel it before it renews, and then I'll just renew it if I go to use it again. And then I was looking at my credit card statement like 2 days ago, and I saw DoorDash $9.99. I was like, fuck. So now I feel pot committed to where I feel like I have to use DoorDash twice this month so that it can justify that purchase.
Yeah.
But then it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I'm paying for them to bring me things that like I could have just went up to the grocery store and bought myself and made for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I'd go to Sam's Club and buy 6 pounds of ground beef for like $14, or I could spend $14 for them to bring me just like a double cheeseburger with bacon.
Yeah, it's who was I was just listening to. I don't know whose podcast they were talking about how that's where basically that's where they get you. But also people who order from those apps are, in theory, okay enough off to go ahead and just order from that.
Well, I mean, like with the Dash Pass, I wasn't paying for the delivery anymore because I guess I prepaid it.
Yeah.
But it's not even like that specific company or that like style. It's just the fact that I'm paying. Like if I were to drive myself to Five Guys and order that double bacon cheeseburger, I know that like the ingredients I can go get it myself and make like way more than what they're giving me. But that's just service industry, like
in general.
Yeah, you're paying for them to make it for you essentially. Gather the ingredients and make it for you. So I know what I'm paying for in that point. But like that was where I was struggling last night because I'm like. I had 18 eggs in the fridge that I could have hard boiled and turned into egg salad, and I already paid for them. They're already in the house, and I'm sitting there and like I actually had made out the whole order like on the DoorDash app where I was going to order like a double cheeseburger and stuff, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like I told myself I'm like, don't fucking do it, just go make the food.
Yeah,
like you already got it, you already paid for it, it's already here. Don't be lazy. Like, just go prep it, get it done. I'm like, and it's not even like I had to really do a whole hell of a lot. I just had to go put the eggs into the fucking rice cooker pot, cover it with water, put some salt in, and then put it in and hit white rice.
Look, if this is something cheddary and delicious, it don't look like it. Sorry to interrupt the program. I ordered the cheddar, toasted cheddar chalupa.
And they get you a regular chalupa.
And they do.
That's really just a chicken chalupa.
Just a chicken chalupa. And they tried to be so helpful and try to make sure they hooked me up and made my order right.
They got
wrong.
it up.
They put beef in to begin with. Mm-hmm. They was like, "You want chicken on everything?" Because I had replaced the chicken on the other items. And she was super sweet about it. And she quickly makes another one for me. And it's the wrong goddamn thing. So am I salty about it being the wrong thing? Or am I happy that I had a decent customer service experience at a restaurant that normally is not known for it? I don't fucking know.
Is a black girl lost a shoulder or you for ice?
So now that we've got that paradox on the board. Ultimately, I ended up making the egg salad. So I cooked. I didn't place the order. And now I have egg salad in the fridge for tonight and tomorrow if I so choose.
For sure. He did the smarter choice. And that's pretty dope. And it's not always going to be that way, but this time it was.
I mean, in the back of my mind, though, I still feel like I need to justify that $10 I already paid.
I mean, maybe like...
So maybe Sunday, like when I'm watching football.
Or like twice a month, you say, hey, guys, you want to order in and we'll just eat in the cafeteria at work? We hardly ever do that. Or like we can...
And we probably have a lot more options not being downtown.
Yeah. So maybe we can do that twice a month. Or... Shit, like since we're here, like they can bring it to Publix, to this place. We don't gotta bring it to work. Mm-hmm. We can still get away, so you're not wasting it. Mm-hmm. And then you get to put some bowling money in your pocket because have to pay you cash. and it's a lot more options. Like because like DoorDash, I feel like anytime I go out to eat, yes, I can make it, but it's kind of like the convenience. Like
that's the thing. Like sometimes where it's like I make my own food multiple days in a row. Like, what I've been generally doing is like I'll make enough lunch for the whole work week, and then like when it comes to dinner, I'll either have stuff on hand that I can throw together really quick, or like maybe I'll dip into the lunch because like when I make the ground beef stuff, I'll buy like 7 pounds of ground beef, and I don't like the first like 2 times I would like freeze half of it back.
Yeah.
Lately I've just been making the whole batch, and then I just eat it all through the week, like for lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
I'll try and like diversify a little bit with the meals as far as like which veggie I pair it with or whatever. And then there'll be like one day where like instead of eating that for dinner, I'll get something else. And then like, cause like I don't care about leftovers like being in the fridge. Like one stuff's like I give my shit about a week.
Yeah.
Like I bought that rotisserie chicken last Friday. They say usually like 3 to 4 days on that kind of thing, but it's been in my fridge literally since I brought it home.
Yeah.
I pulled it apart, like so it's like it's not like a body's rotting in there like or anything per se.
Yeah.
So I feel I have until tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day I eat it.
Yeah.
So like I actually packed lunch today. It's in the fridge at work right now. It's the last bit of the loose chicken from that chicken. I have 2 legs in the fridge at home. I can eat those tonight. I'll finish off the rest tomorrow. You know, none of it goes to spoil.
Yeah.
But whereas some people are like, you know, more like, I won't eat it past the day after I got it. I'm a little more loose in that kind of shit. Yeah. So I can make a big batch and like stretch it out. So like I do more planning, but like there are some days where it's like, oh, I've eaten this 6 meals in a row now. Like I want just something different for the palate. Yeah. So like I'll do that where like I don't feel like cooking or I don't have it with me and I don't feel like going to the store that night for that one thing. Yeah. So I'll just, like you said, like I'll do an order just so it gets a little, you know, diversity.
I like when every once in a while when I got like just a little bit of a bunch of stuff and I have like a monster meal. Like the other day, well yesterday I had ground turkey and tomato sauce and then like this 7-grain rice over it and some Brussels sprouts. Like 3 different meals that I was just like, well, because my girlfriend's not as good at, even like she works from home now, and I'll be like, why didn't you eat this? I ate cereal. I'm like, okay. And then like I'm like, well, I was gonna cook tonight, but since you didn't, then I'm not gonna cook. I've been pulling that more like I'm not gonna cook because you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. You didn't eat this, so there's more food in the refrigerator. I'm gonna eat cereal for dinner too, and then the boys will have that for their dinner.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're gonna do.
I actually have a funny food delivery story that I don't think I told you guys.
Okay.
That happened last weekend. So, the weekend prior, I was laying on the couch watching TV, and I heard someone knocking at my door.
Oh.
And I'm like, benefits of home ownership, I'm not answering the door.
Yeah.
So they knocked one more time. I still didn't get off the couch. I was laying right there. Like, they could probably look through the window and see me laying on the couch playing on my phone watching TV. But they gave up. And part of it is because, like, I know Jehovah's Witnesses have been, like, going through the neighborhood. And, like, I don't care. Do your thing. I'm just not going to come to the door.
Just don't do your thing on me, homie.
Yeah, I'm not interested, but live your life. I'm not like the type of person who's going to shoot you for coming up into my yard. Like, you knocked on the door. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're being cordial. Go on with your day. So this past Sunday, that Saturday night, the night before, I cut the grass, and so I took a shower that night. So and I wasn't leaving the house Sunday, so I'm like, I showered last night. I'm not about to shower again just to sit in the house all day. Yeah. So I kind of like bedhead going on and everything, and I wasn't going anywhere. So I was just walking around the house that day in like just basketball shorts. So I had did laundry that day and watched football and made like my lunch for the week and everything. So a typical Sunday for me at this point. And it was about 8:45, 9 o'clock. Like the Sunday night football game had just come on. I just made myself dinner. I had sat down, ate, and I'm watching like the Patriots play the Steelers. And I'm in the recliner in the living room, and I hear knock, knock, knock at the door. And I'm like I said, I have no shirt on. I'm in bedhead. I don't like answering the door anyway. Especially when I don't expect anything. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, they can go away. Knock, knock, knock. No, I'm still not getting up. Knock, knock, knock. Yeah, you're not going to get me. Knock, knock, knock. I'm like, fuck, man, they're being persistent. I'm like, I better go in the kitchen and pretend like I'm not near the door that I don't hear this. So I go in the kitchen, I'll put my bowl and everything for my dinner away, like rinse it out, wash it, and I put like the LaCroix that I didn't drink that I brought over to me away, and then like I hear knock, knock, knock. I'm like, fuck, man, what is going on? So at this point, I'm like, they've knocked 5 times. It must be something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me go in my bedroom, throw on a shirt. So I go throw on a shirt, go answer the front door, and at this point, it's like the person comes back to the steps. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, how can I help you? And it's a pizza delivery kid.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what the hell? He goes, delivery? And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I think you got the wrong house. I'm like, I didn't order anything. And he goes, this is 11132. Well,
They don't know the street. It's cool.
So I'm like, yeah? He goes, okay, so I have the right house. I'm like, well, who's the order for? And then he tells me, he goes, oh, it's for Tom. And I go, oh, shit. Okay.
Why this asshole would answer the order?
No, so I go, oh, that's weird because he's not home. And I go, well, maybe he ordered it and he's like on his way and he thought he was going to beat you here.
Yeah.
I go, so I'm like, you can just hand it to me and I'll bring it inside. He goes, oh, well, it's pay with cash.
Oh.
And I'm just like, ooh.
Fuck that.
Well, that and like I only had like $7 on me because like I ain't been carrying like cash like that lately. So I'm like, all right, hold on, buddy. I'm like, let me call him to find out where the hell he is. So I call him and he picks up and I'm just like, hey, did you order pizza? And he goes, fuck. He goes, they brought it to the house? I go, yeah. I'm like, where are you at? And he tells me he's at his buddy's house. They're watching the Sunday night football game. Yeah. He goes, I thought that I put his address into the order, but it must have switched back somehow. I'm like, all right, well, you hold on. I'm going to hand my phone to the pizza delivery kid. You all can work this out. Mm-hmm. So I hand him the phone, and then, like, he tells him the address of where he's at presently, which happens to be, like, a 1-minute drive from the pizza place. Mm-hmm. So the kid has to drive all the way back to work, essentially, with the pizza. So he wasted all his time coming to my house. The kid gives me the phone back. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry, buddy. He goes, oh, it's not you. It's all good. So he leaves. And so the next day, I'm like, I see my buddy, like, at home, and I'm just like, I hope you guys fucking tipped that kid good, because that was kind of crazy.
Yeah. What'd he say?
He's like, nah, I didn't.
He goes, yeah, we tipped him. And I'm just like...
He said good, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, like, because I'm like, I know you guys. And I'm like, I bet before the kid would have only gotten, like, a $2 tip, because I know how cheap you all are.
Yeah. They probably got a $4 or $5 out of it.
I think they gave him $5. I'm like, you guys should have given him at least 10. I'm like, because y'all fucked up. He didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, and it's like, the company don't pay for his gas and stuff. I'm like, he drove all the way over here and then has to drive all the way back and then take it to you, which is like off his route. I'm like, thinking like, man, y'all, yeah, you should have compensated that kid. Like, should have just taken the L on the money and hooked him up.
I love your roommate, but man, he is...
He's a roommate.
He is something special.
Well, like what he told me about the next day, he said that like he had put the address into the website, but that it must have switched back somehow.
Because he regularly orders, probably. You know what I'm saying?
He orders from there, like, you know, often enough to where like I've seen the boxes in the trash.
Yeah. So it probably has a flip that needs to occur in the address situation. How funny? That's wild out there, man. You're a minute away. Just go drive around the corner, go get the pizza, man. God damn. I'm
Yeah, I live in the neighborhood where they do deliver. But I just don't never feel comfortable having it happen.
Here's the thing about like these apps. I love the convenience of being able to order a wide variety of things because I love possibilities when it comes to like stuff like that. But then I always feel super awkward going outside my house to some stranger in like some unmarked car to drop me off like my food. Like when I said that I ordered from Five Guys last month a couple times, like Five Guys for me is pretty solid because like with me like not eating carbs all the time, like hardly at all anymore, I can get like a burger and all that stuff, like the veggies and stuff, and I can get it without a bun. Like they'll put it in a bowl or they'll put it in a lettuce wrap.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like decent food for what I'm eating, and it like honestly, Five Guys is my favorite like convenience burger place. Like as far as like Shake Shack and like I like In-N-Out for the nostalgia of it, being that like, I mean, I should not say nostalgia, the scarcity, because we don't have it here.
Yeah.
So like when I go out west, which is very infrequently, I feel like I have to get it because I don't have access to it here. Whereas like Shake Shack was like that when I first had it in Vegas, and like Shake Shack's fine, but for me it's I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. Like Five Guys, I feel like it's like I get more for what I'm paying for when it costs about the same as Shake Shack. So like
them fries in a bag.
Yeah,
is a dope little feature.
And I can't. And like for me, Five Guys fries now is a treat because I'm not eating the carbs. And Five Guys fries, like a large Cajun fry, is like 140 carbs for me, which is like 6 days worth of carbs.
I was about to say, Jesus.
Yeah, so it's like I only am gonna do that on special occasions.
Yeah.
Like a treat thing. Like every time I order Five Guys, I can't get fries.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I'd ordered Five Guys last month on like a Sunday. I was at home doing laundry. Like I cut the grass and everything. I'm like, I don't feel like cooking. It was when I had signed up for the free trial of the Dash Pass. I'm like, let me put this to use. So I ordered Five Guys, and I was laying on the couch watching the Tomb Raider HBO movie because this is before football season started. And I'm watching like the car on the map go because it shows you where your driver is, and this driver is like going all over the fucking place. Like they pick up the order, then they go down to like Tri-C, then they go to this neighborhood like over by my gym, and then they come up, and then they cut over, and then they go back up, and I'm just like,
what the fuck are you doing?
did they pick up multiple orders and like are like double dipping here, or like what the fuck? So the order finally shows up to me like 40 minutes after it was supposed to be at my place.
Oh wow!
And I go outside, and it's like some grandma in like a nice car. And I'm like, I say that like not jokingly, like it was like literally some lady who was probably like 70, and she was being super apologetic. Like apparently she didn't understand how the GPS worked, and she like she was like talking about, I'm like, it's cool, lady, I'm not upset, because like honestly I wouldn't have been mad no matter what because I'm being lazy and not going to get it myself.
Yeah.
So at that point I'm kind of just like, I feel like I'm cool with whatever happens because I could have easily just thrown out a shirt, gone in the car, driven up there, got it, and come back and been done with it. But like I decided to be the one to ask someone else to go get it for me, so I have to live with whatever happens. Now if they've been shitty to me, like not to say this lady was, but like if it was someone and they were shitty about it, then I would have got an attitude. But like I felt so bad for her because it felt like to me like, is our economic system so bad that at the point where this lady who should be retired just enjoying her Sunday evening has to go out into the world and do DoorDash deliveries just to survive.
Yes, it is.
And I felt so bad for her because like she was trying so hard just to survive and get wrong with technology. And it was like her situation, any like disappointment I had from my food being super late, like went out the window, and I went back in the house and I gave her 5 stars, and I was just like, I've done my good deed, like it is what it is.
Well, as we sit here and rap about the app and gig economy, we have noticed an influx of scooters in Cleveland all of a sudden. And them motherfuckers have arrived with a plum. Every brand of scooter seems to be here out of the blue. Like I said, one day they wasn't here, and one day they was.
Yeah, I know originally it was the Bird, but now it's like
two van those. Now Bird, that's Ray J's company, right?
I don't know.
All right,
I should know that. I am the Ray J aficionado.
I know, that's why. Literally why I asked that question. So, some like, was it a year ago? Before that, 2 years ago? How long has it been since that Bird situation came and went?
That was last summer.
That was last summer.
Okay.
But while we're on the topic of Ray J, I did recently...
Wait a minute. All right, go ahead.
I did recently stumble upon a live link to the Kim K Ray J sex tape, which is very hard to find in the internet streets.
You still buy it?
They did a good... Yeah, but I mean, who's doing that? Who's buying porn?
Who's buying porn? It's 2019.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like... They did a good job of scrubbing that from the internet in most cases. So to find that, it was like finding
it's usually
treasure.
only like 3-minute clips.
Yeah, you get like the 2-minute clip, and
You don't think I've ever seen the full... how long is it?
it's like a half hour.
know.
How much is fucking? And how much is...
You know what?
Because it's
Let
all,
me take
it's
that
all
back.
the foreplay bullshit.
Foreplay bullshit.
No, because
I will never refer to it as bullshit.
I'm just saying, as far as entertainment is concerned,
I get you. I picked it up.
foreplay between a person and a person, that's their business. But if I'm watching entertainment, this is like they were on vacation and she's out on like the hotel, like the rooms, like
Lanai.
yeah, like it's all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, it is a lot of... It is not the foreplay, but actual bullshit like them on the
I don't mean sexual
airplane.
foreplay. I mean life foreplay.
Yeah, like her.
Look at us, we're so happy and in love, and
Yes.
look at this hotel, and like that kind of like life foreplay.
Overall, it is a very tame video.
Yeah.
It's not very enjoyable.
It was for a man who at that time in his life was young and just wanted to see that ass.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but it's like mostly like I don't. The angles isn't very flattering to her butt
Well,
because she's lying down, just like boobs go in your arms, your butt kind of.
In all fairness, though, I don't think the video at the time was meant for mass distribution.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like that's why some amateur stuff is cool because it's like, oh, look at that, I'm not supposed to be seeing this. But most of the time, I want some actresses. I want those angles. It's like that's an enticing angle. I'm not much into amateur stuff because it's like I don't want to see this dude's tank the whole time. Because most of the time when it's amateur, it's just like, oh yeah. And then it's just like,
I have to say, I remember when back in the time when the fappening happened, and we were recording, and I talked about how like some of the people that were victims of that kind of changed my perspective on the whole thing.
yeah.
I feel like OnlyFans has kind of gripped the power back, and now like the power is in the hands of the people taking the nudes. Like,
No, sir. On Reddit, it's all these.
oh, don't get me wrong. I know that they can be found for free.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, these people now have like a verified. It's almost like a Etsy for nudes. Or just,
Etsy
show title
boobs.
if there ever was gonna be one. Etsy for nudes. Mwah. Oh, thank you. So chef's kiss for real, for real.
yeah, I'm just because it's like before you would like I would go on IG and be like, man, I wonder what that person looks like naked. And a lot of these people now, where I used to be
Got a
like,
link right there in the bio.
yeah, it's like you go on there and you're like, man, I wonder what that would be like. And you would hope that you could find something on the internet from the past. Like that's how Genesis Lopez is. Like if you like were to do like 5 minutes worth of research, she used to do like nude masturbatory videos and shit on the internet.
Yeah, all the
but
time.
you wouldn't know that from her IG. But then a lot of the people now are empowered because of OnlyFans. And it's just like, yeah, here's my bikini pics. But if you want to see what's under the bikini pics, $9.99 a month. The link's right here.
Okay, so it's two things that have changed the game. So I knew about her before she had her only what was it called again?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
So I don't even know if she has one. I was just using her as an example of like
Well, let's just
what
say
happened
she
before
does.
the shift.
Like me being a man of Tumblr, like when you see somebody who's attractive, you just go to the search bar and it's just like you find everything. Not only that, like that's one thing that fucked up Tumblr is like, so all the people before this OnlyFans stuff, like I see Pure Leaf Anna on Instagram. I see there's like I was like, well, I gotta see if she's on Tumblr. And that's when I would find all the spicy stuff.
But what I mean to say though is like it's empower people to do it who maybe before wouldn't have done shit like that.
Oh no, I got the second level to that. So then you got the OnlyFans stuff. Mm-hmm. So they'll set up the page, and they're like, at first they're being a little cheeky because at first they were just wearing like boy shorts and stuff. Then now that you got OnlyFans, they're wearing thongs. Not only are they wearing thongs now, they're starting to wear like a t-shirt that's wet, so you'll see nipple but not show nipple. But then they discover like I'm not getting as many OnlyFans as my cousin who's also on OnlyFans, and they got to go further and further and further. So I appreciate the OnlyFans, but I also appreciate it because I'm on Reddit, and then I'll be on Reddit like, hey, guess what, guys? We finally got them. We finally got the news now.
Coming out like George Bush.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. And it's like, like at first they'll just be tame, and then now that they got the OnlyFans push, they just can't show just the cheeky stuff
Well,
no
like,
more.
I want to know what it is that like Patreon's been out for a while.
Yes.
And like I know people used to do similar stuff on Patreon, and Patreon kind of went the way of Tumblr a little bit, where they had to like people to dial it back in a little bit because it was like towing the line between selling pornography and shit.
Yeah.
And then OnlyFans is like, all right, we'll pick up the torch. we'll come in here and you can put whatever you want on here.
It must be a percentage thing too, because like I know some people who charge like $6.99. I see somebody who charged $17.99.
Yeah.
Then I see somebody who charged $49.99.
So here's the deal. Here's my, like, when I go look at when I scroll through like an OnlyFans like situation, I'll click the link in the bio, and it'll be like, you can just see the top of the page. It'll say 27 pictures, 4 videos.
Yeah.
But you charge in.
It also shows how active they are.
Yeah, $17.99 and you ain't been online for like months. Because I can go over here to this lady who's charging $5, has 36 videos, 640 pictures, was on there just a minute ago. Bruh, it's just like you gotta bang the buck, right? You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes I feel like you have to support content creators. Otherwise, it'll be a dying industry.
I love you so much. This has nothing to do with scooters. We just saw a bunch of scooters. We came back over here, and I was like, "Holy shit, the scooter game is real." But OnlyFans is a much better conversation.
It was funny because like back when I had a second job, we were talking about this one girl who is like independently wealthy. Like she only worked like 1 or 2 times a week. And my friend was like, when he used to work at a record exchange, he had a young lady who would come in and buy like a ton of fucking CDs every week. And he was like, you really know your stuff. What do you do with all this music? She's like, well, if you must know, sir, I have an online presence. And this was like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
This is a while ago. And she was like, she does web shows, and she like has music in the background of every single one of them. And people actually ask her like, hey, can you dance to this song or dance to this song? And she would have that at the ready. Mm-hmm. So to the second story, he was just like, I don't understand this girl coming here with Yeezys and off-white Jordans and shit. And of course, she wore like a smaller shoe size, so it's a little less money, but at the same time, it's like you only come to work 2 days a week, and then you say you got cramps and then you leave. So it seemed like she was only creating a paper trail for work and not actually working. And like she had a car and stuff in her own apartment, and then like buying every single pair of Yeezys.
Yeah, because that's the thing with these internet pages.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they're taxed.
Yeah.
Because it's independent contracting.
You still need a paper trail.
Yeah.
Well, so like, as we have a Patreon, I can say at least from a Patreon perspective, it begins being taxed at a certain level of income coming in.
Oh yeah, because even when you make personal income, it's like $10K.
Yeah, so Patreon tells us when we create a page, once you get to this amount of whatever, you'll be mailed a whatever it is, 1099. Yeah, for a freelance work. So if OnlyFans is smart, it's probably a similar thing. You make X amount of money, okay, then you'll get mailed a 1099 at tax time. Make sure you put on your damn taxes, or they will come for your ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're like just independent contracting out here, baby. And I kind of it's like I didn't know how big it was until very recently when like all of a sudden I got a rush of people saying follow this person, like in their stories and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, who the fuck are you, and why am I following you to begin with, and why do you want me to follow all these other people? So I'd go through and I'd be like, a bunch of private accounts. I'm like, oh, these are clearly, you know what I'm saying, people who are just like, you know what I'm saying, IG models, you know what I'm saying? And so every now and again you come across one who's like, nope, my shit is open for the public. I'm like, sweet, see what you got going on. I can't go liking all these private pages because whatever. But what's fun is when I go see these pages, they'll be private, they'll be followed by my cousin.
Yeah.
or followed by somebody else.
You know what? I could even follow anybody that Brian is following. Brian follows all the good models. I'll be like, damn, Brian already there.
I have noticed his name on the
beat that stuff.
Him and my buddy over at work.
Yeah.
I'll see his name on there. And I'd be like, oh man, he beat me to this.
Yeah.
Well, I find it even funnier though, like when I find a new page and I go exploring in the history.
And it's like likes from like 2017.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, I scrolled through somebody's shit on the show's feed one day, and it said like by Taylor or something. I was like, oh, I didn't know I liked that already. And also, let me get off this show page before I fuck up and do some things.
But that's the safest page to like it from, I suppose.
Oh my god, man. It just I it's something I've noticed. And again, so like I noticed all these people saying follow all these people. People my cousin follow, people we know follow, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But then every one of them, well, a lot of them have either just straight up, there's an OnlyFans link, or they have here's our link tree, go follow everything we do. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Duh. 2019 is a fucking trash fire, but I like that bit of it.
Yeah, I just like, in good conscience, it's like, I don't think there hasn't been a model yet where I just felt like, you know what? Yes, I have to pay it forward yet.
Yeah.
I will say that it has opened my eyes to the fact that there are still dark corners of the internet where, like, you have to risk a virus on your device to get what you want.
It's kind of like Jordans, though. Like, pussy's like Jordans now. That's like, that first day, you got to be there. Or else after that, it's gone.
It becomes like a mission, too, where it's just like, I want to see this, but I don't want to pay for it. So you spend time trying to find it for free, and then once you find it, you're like, mission accomplished.
Even on IG, every now and again, you see somebody put something up and be like, oh, that's definitely going to get blocked or took down. You gotta.
Oh, yeah. Like, what's so messed up about it is everything that's good happens during the day, and then, like, at 4 o'clock, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, by the time, like, everybody's able to take some time and get it going, it's gone already. Yeah, like it's funny. Like that first day for downloading albums or downloading pictures of Jada or more, you got to get it done that first day.
So first come, first serve basis.
Yes.
Before they run out of chicken sandwiches, people.
Yeah.
You got to get in there.
Oh, did you see the article they were talking about? Like, Popeyes has encouraged you to bring a bun because they'll make you a sandwich.
No,
You gotta. If you find that link, hit that up. I'll put it in the notes.
that's the thing. They have the chicken but not the bread.
I mean, they could probably make you like a tender sandwich.
Yeah.
But they probably just got like everything, like, because if I'm not mistaken, they use the pickles in their po' boys. Mm-hmm. They probably already have that sauce, and that's all it was, right? It was pickles and the sauce.
Yeah.
So if you bring a bun, you can have your shit.
I just read
That feels like someone trying to hold on to that fire because it's like in that period where like it's gonna die down, so they're trying to stay in people's minds.
I just read a New York Post, or New York Times, or somebody a story about about why they're out of the sandwich and so forth. It's literally because they are oddly enough new to the sandwich game, and thusly are utterly unprepared for the amount of love that got shown.
Popeye's unprepared. Who would have thought?
I said the same thing when that first happened. But even corporately unprepared for the popularity of the sandwich, and probably the way it's going, it's not going to be back until next month, October.
Yeah, that's what the signs on the place have been said, coming back in October.
Yeah, so by then they will have had their situation with their distributors in order, and they should be good. And going forward, they should be good after that. You should be able to get the chicken sandwich regularly.
I'm good. I don't want another one. I think, like, with all this, it just reminds me the fact that I love Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich.
Here's what I would say. I would try it again if I was going by like a Popeyes and I saw that there was no one there. Like there was no line.
That's an oxymoron right there.
Because if nothing else, Popeyes is the second most popular chicken restaurant in the country, making it a top 10 restaurant in the country in general. It is already popular for its chicken.
Yeah.
When you throw on top of it a mega hit viral chicken sandwich, Popeye's always busy and always just.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like it's like it'll be a common thing. I'm saying it's like a unicorn situation where if I see it's open and like say I'm at a red light and I'm next to a Popeyes and there ain't nobody in that bitch.
Yeah.
And I haven't eaten. I might
you twist the door.
Yeah, I might be like, okay, you got me.
Yeah. So,
but then, like once you come in, I can just see it's like, oh, you see him taking that big ass shovel, pushing that spicy chicken down. It's like, I'm just gonna take a 3-piece. Yeah, because like, if anything else, just like when we were there, everybody was getting sandwiches there. It was still people there that was like, I just want some chicken. Yeah. So,
because if nothing else, man, they make a fine piece of chicken, man. So there you have it, people. I meant to talk to you about scooters and all the show art we just shot as we walk here. Just went to not.
TMZ has since picked up this story
about
bring your own bun.
All right, BYOB to Popeyes. That is a kind of another way to light a fire underneath this particular trend. Because you come through. Because somebody gonna come through with the dope buns. Somebody gonna come through with the Marks buns. It could be a good time. And that just gets the party started again. Like, this person came through with a gold-crusted bun. They hooked it up.
Or like Burger King when they had the Halloween buns, all the black ones.
The black ones?
But we out here. That's my man Lunchbox 209. Tatum 216 over yonder. I am the Internet Sales 713. I'm pretty sure I didn't introduce any of us. We just kind of hit the ground running because we was doing the damn thing.
I feel like this one was fire.
This is episode 318.
Kindle fire.
318 of Stage Crunchy and Milk. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip.
The flippity flip.